We got cut off. The alarm went off, and so cut everything off. So let's keep going. Bulkhead drew out the Ethernet he had taken from the bag and unrolled it on his lap with one hand while steering the little craft with the other. There was a huge crack of thunder and a bolt of lightning zigzagged down to the sea. The Ethernet fizzed with electricity and Echo saw white sparks race along its fibres. "Hold these," said Bulkhead, swiveling the joysticks in Echo's direction. She's going to be flying the craft. Echo grabbed one in each hand, wrestling to control them as Cloudcatcher was buffeted on the air currents. Bulkhead leaned out of his seat and whirled the Ethernet around his head like a lasso, releasing a torrent of silver sparks that spiraled into the air. The net emitted a high-pitched whistling noise and the storm seemed to intensify, blowing Cloudcatcher here and there. "Hang on," said Bulkhead as Cloudcatcher bucked and dropped, sending Echo's stomach into her mouth. Horace let out a yelp that was lost in a great rumble of thunder. Lightning snapped around them, searing the sky with a blinding flash of white light that set static crackling across Echo's scalp. Gosh, it's exciting. Bulkhead swirled the net one more time and let it go. There was a flash as the net made contact with the cloud, but it slid off and the cloud seemed to roll away from them. Bulkhead reeled the net back in. "Take her in closer," he said. Echo leaned forward over the controls, edging Cloudcatcher nearer to the eye of the storm. The closer the little vehicle got to the clouds, the harder it was to steer. Echo's very bones tingled as she grasped the controls. Bulkhead threw the net for a second time, and gotcha! The net let out a dazzling spray of sparks as it snarled the cloud, which bucked and writhed inside it like a wild animal. Bulkhead pulled on the net, reeling it in. Echo struggled to control Cloudcatcher as the storm and the entangled cloud tossed them from side to side. "Hold her steady," shouted Bulkhead as he fought with the net. "I can't." Echo grappled with the controls. "I think I'm going to be sick," moaned Horace. Gilbert's scales turned a terrified white and he dived headfirst into Echo's pocket. Gah! As the little vessel tipped to her side, Bulkhead's hands slipped on the net and the cloud burst free, sending Cloudcatcher ricocheting upwards again. How stupid of her! Echo flushed with the disappointment as she wrenched the controls down. Cloudcatcher spun through the air until finally Echo steadied their course and got them level again. "Sorry," she muttered. "No worries," said Bulkhead, panting. "One more try and we'll have it." "Oh no," groaned Horace. "Can't we just go back?" But his voice was lost in the wind as Echo glared at the boiling mass of clouds and steered Cloudcatcher back into the storm. "Third time's a charm," said Bulkhead, whirring the net around his head again. He let it go. There was a bang and a bright shower of sparks erupted from the Ethernet as it sprang open and snarled the cloud. "Gotcha!" whooped Bulkhead, pulling back on the net with all his strength. The cloud bucked and crackled as if furious to be caught. Bulkhead wrestled with the net as Cloudcatcher was tossed about in the storm. And look, there's a photo. Or not a photo, a drawing. Gosh, Cloudcatcher's just this little machine and look how big Bulkhead is and he's throwing out the net. Can you see the net? It's very hard to see. It's just there. And then there's Echo and Horace. Echo's doing an amazing job flying the machine. "Keep her level," he shouted. Echo fought against the juddering controls and tilted Cloudcatcher into the wind, where she could hold her steady against the violent breeze. "That's it," said Bulkhead, bracing his feet against Cloudcatcher's metalwork and hauling the net in hand over meaty hand. The cloud tried to dodge this way and that way, but it was well and truly snared. It hissed and fizzed, sending out showers of angry sparks, but it was no good. Bulkhead deftly knotted the ends of the net around the writhing cloud, gave it a tug to make sure it was secure, and fastened it to one of Cloudcatcher's struts. He slumped back in his seat and took back the controls. Echo flexed her aching fingers. Her palms were slick with sweat and her curls were plastered to her forehead. She grinned in relief and glanced over at Bulkhead. Nice work, he said. That's how we catch a cloud. Oh, see? End of that. We will read the rest tomorrow. Good night, beautiful Baba. Have a good sleeping. Catch your kiss. And this one. And one for me. Good night, Baba.